So let's look at the Photo Rag Metallic from Hahnemuehle and which images work best on it. Well, hello, welcome to this Fotospeed video with me, Tim Jones.
And me, Vince Cater.
So today we are looking at probably one of the most unique papers on the market, I think, Vince, is how we can describe it.
Yeah, I mean, I've not seen anything like it before. It's something quite special, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it is the fine art paper from Hahnemuehle called the Photo Rag Metallic 340 GSM. And it is beautiful, isn't it? It is
yeah, it's
such a lovely paper.
I mean, it's a truly special paper. Most of you are probably already familiar with the Photo Rag range that Hahnemuehle already have on the market. And they have effectively released a Photo Rag with a unique metallic coating, creating something truly special, I think.
Yeah, and before we dive into the prints and things, we're going to just do a bit of an overview of actually what the paper is and kind of why we think you should be having a look at it at least. But before we do, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just click that subscribe button and also sign up to our newsletter on photospeed.com. And also, don't forget, I say it every week, but don't forget to download the Fotospeed Art of Printing, the free ebook from Fotospeed, looking at everything from turning on your printer to framing to mounting, color management, color space, anything you can think of is in there. So don't forget to download that. Okay.
Should we start with the specs, I guess?
Yeah.
So in terms of weight, we're looking at 340 GSM. So it's not the lightest of papers. The Photo Rag papers historically were sort of low 300s, so 308. Up to 310 GSM. So it's 340 GSM, 100% cotton rag with the unique metallic coating.
So it's effectively, it's the Photo Rag paper, isn't it?
Yeah.
With this coating on. So it almost feels a bit like they're brighter papers in your hand, like the Fine Art Brighter or FB Brighter bit.
Yeah, you got the Photo Rag Brighter obviously as well, but it's got a sort of, like it's a silvery metallic look, and yeah, it just looks so different to anything I've ever seen before.
And it's this natural white as well. So you probably see actually with the table here, it is a little bit of a warmer paper, and that's due for the no optical brighteners in it.
No optical brighteners at all, which means it offers longevity. It's a true art paper. And to be fair, it's kind of working well for a myriad of different images, isn't it? Oh,
absolutely fantastic. We've kind of gone to town a little bit with what we've printed on it, and there's we've printed a few others as well that we couldn't fit in, but we just kind of wanted to print a selection of different subjects, different types, and different tones of images. So we've kind of got some muted tones here, like a bit of a wildlife shot of this elephant here, and then a bit of a portrait kind of landscape kind of shot. And then we've got big bright coloured images that it does amazingly, but also black and white. I mean, I thought it would probably do like high contrast images, a bit like this street shot here, really well because of that high contrast.
Yeah, which it has done, hasn't it? I mean, the deep blacks are super black.
Yeah.
And the whites are super white. And yeah, for that kind of architectural look, it sings, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's also done this kind of mid-tone heavy kind of shot as well.
Which I didn't expect would work so well. Normally, because it's a rag paper, it has a slight texture. And obviously for skin tones and things like that, I'll often say I wouldn't recommend it. But actually, the texture is quite subtle.
Yeah.
It seems to work really well. Not just for the deep blacks and whites, but also for that mid-tone. I think the actual white point of the paper kind of works well.
Yeah,
with a skin tone, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I think even on like a bright coloured shot with some skin tone as well, it works quite well. Again, I think it's held that skin tone a little bit. I mean, this is a bit of a warmer picture anyway, so it probably lends itself quite nicely to it. But it does handle those tones really, really nicely, and especially the black and whites as well. I'm quite impressed with this one. How it's held the gradients and things. It's sharp as well, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, we're pretty impressed, as you can hear, on pretty much everything it's printed. So you can't really say, oh, it's just good for this or just good for that. It seems to perform well in everything. But obviously, if you're after a paper that will give the wow factor, the metallic rag certainly is high up on the list. I mean, I've actually introduced it to a couple of print labs recently, and they've started using it and getting great success for the sort of something a bit different. If you're looking for sort of punchy colours, the Rag Metallic does a really good job. But again, for the black and white look, it's also producing some special results, isn't it?
It's just something a little bit, like you said, you could use the Photo Rag brighter, say, and get the punch and everything. However, it's just that little bit of shine to it, isn't it?
Well, it almost makes the image lift off the page. You could almost sort of walk into it. It has a three-dimensional feel that you don't get from a traditional Photo Rag brighter.
And it's really different to other metallics on the market.
Oh, very different
as well.
If you think of your a standard metallic gloss or metallic luster, it has the wow factor with the colour, black and white, but the little bit of texture on the rag just gives it that little additional point of interest, I think, for the print.
Yeah,
and it feels truly special. Like
I think
a really nice special print.
Because other metallic papers are usually like a resin based, aren't they?
Exactly that, yeah.
And this is that 100% cotton. It's just got that look to it, that feel to it as well. When I was with Hahnemuehle at a show, I think it might have been the photography show back last year, they had a whole wedding printed on this as like a wedding box.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
Black and white and colour mix. Like all the bride getting ready shots and then all the wonderful colour of the confetti and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it looked amazing. And I always struggled with it a little bit, but I think with the right profile and things that we've got, that's really important with this paper, because it's not the most cost-effective paper, should we say?
No, it's not an inexpensive paper, but it's true quality, because it is cotton rag. It has a unique ink receiving layer that we've never seen anything like it before. But because of the white point on the base, we would probably recommend getting a custom profile made, just because the white base is so different from any other paper. We'd often say with a profile, if you're using a gloss type paper, you would get away with most of the profiles. But on this, because it's so different, definitely looking at a custom profile, which we can offer free of charge with our profiling service. So yeah.
But I was it's a bit different. I know portraits and things, it probably work well, and obviously like astral photography and things, it kind of, you naturally kind of think of that type of photography. But for seascapes and things, and with anything with water in, seems to work particularly well on it. With that bit of kind of texture in there, because it isn't a completely smooth paper. It does have that little bit of texture and a little bit of something in there. So it
gives it depth, doesn't it? It makes the rocks sort of stand out a little bit. It almost has a mirror-like look without being distracting. Often with a really high gloss paper, you're kind of distracted by the sheen of it. But with this, you're kind of distracted by the image, then the paper, in a nice way.
Yeah.
If you follow me. It's probably also worth mentioning what sizes this comes in, isn't it? So
yes,
it's every size: A4, A3, A3 plus, and A2.
Yeah, these are A3 plus. But
then on roll media, 17, 24, 36, 44, and 50 inch as well. And I believe it's also in the glossy test pack.
Yes, it is.
So if you're not looking to
fine art glossy test pack,
the fine art glossy test pack from Hahnemuehle has a couple of sheets in there as well. So that's a good way of testing out the range of their glossy fine art papers.
But it is brilliant. I mean, we've printed some on the actual like photo rag next to it.
Yes.
I think it's the photo rag bright white actually, because this is with the decal edge as well, which is really, really nice actually. I kind of, it's not no relevance to the metallic rag, but
they're kind of, it's the same base. Obviously, you've got photo rag 308. You've got a photo rag base with that unique coating, just to see the differences. Obviously, the white point is the thing that stands out. First of all, you can see there's a massive difference.
It's a lot warmer,
which does have an effect on the overall output in the colour with the profile. But I think with a water scene, it certainly has a positive effect. It kind of comes to life, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think the one thing to watch out for, is that base. Yeah, it is quite a warm base.
You don't really want to compare to another print, because you go, oh, well, that's really, really warm. you almost need to print and leave it on its own. Don't compare to another paper. It's so different, isn't it?
I mean, I can just see that, like with a client, or it would just wow them. I think I just keep going back to that wedding box. I think just thinking, I wonder what the bride looks like. Wow, okay.
So in short, if you're looking for a paper to take someone's breath away, the Rag Metallic is certainly that paper, I think.
Yeah. I wonder, I think you would see this effect as well, even if you framed and mounted it as well. You would definitely see this. You'd probably see it.
Yeah, but I mean, behind a museum grade glass, I think you'd really want a matted glass. You don't want a gloss glass or something, because you would lose the effect. But yeah, behind a nice museum grade glass, you would still see that sort of sheen and metallic look, I think.
It's not overpowering either. In some respect, when you hold it, it's almost not there, and then all of a sudden you just get a little bit of a glimpse of it, which
jumps out at you.
Yeah, I've been quite impressed with it. I think it's the first time I've actually sat down with it for a while, a year or so, and I did forget what a special paper it was, and when printing these out and coming out, just like, oh, okay, fair enough. It is something a little bit. Yeah, it's very special and very unique as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a paper that obviously it needs to be printed, and it comes to life once you've fired those images onto the paper and comes out of the printer. I can't remember a time where my breath has been taken away by a print straight out of the printer. It just looks so damn good, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do. They do. And that black point and everything is fantastic.
Yeah.
But like I said, we stock all this lovely paper on the Fotospeed website. So just head over. I'll put the link below in the description just so you can go over and get some pricing and bits as well. But like we said, it's available from A4 right up to 60 inches.
50 inch, yeah. 50 inch is the biggest side. As Tim said, it's available from stock. We have all sizes on the shelf ready to go. Hahnemuehle have the generic profiles available from their website, but also worth looking at the custom profile. You just go onto our website and support, download the profiling pack and fire the chart off onto the paper, send it to us, and we'll make you and that's a free profile.
Completely free service on Hahnemuehle papers we offer.
Yeah.
And it's also in the fine art glossy test pack, and that comes along with the brighter type of papers as well and things like that. So well worth, if you wanted to have a look at this paper but wanted to have a look at a few of the other ranges in the Hahnemuehle test pack, then just have a look at that, the fine art glossy test pack, because that has, I think it's 2 sheets of each.
Yeah, you get two sheets of each of the glossy fine art papers from Hahnemuehle, and it's often quite nice just to pick a couple of images, a black and white in colour, print out the same image on each of the papers and just compare and contrast. But I reckon you're going to be blown away by the Rag Metallic. It's just so
every time you move it, I kind of just get a glimpse of it and just think, oh,
catch it in the light. It's just so unique.
It's just lovely. Black and whites are beautiful on it.
I think, in particular, the black and whites make a huge difference. So in short, we recommend it. It's lovely.
Yeah, pretty much. I think we can't really find, apart from there's no bad points to it. I think the only thing we would say, just be careful of that white point, possibly. But apart from that,
embrace the white point. Don't be
just embrace it and go with it.
It becomes part of the image. I think it adds to the image, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just wow. Okay, let's move on. let's finish there, I think, because we could gush over this for all afternoon. Yeah. So, like I said, these papers are available from stock and they're on the Fotospeed website. Just click that description. I'll put the link in the description below for you. And I hope you've enjoyed that, kind of a bit of an overview of the metallic paper from Hahnemuehle as well, the Rag Metallic, I should say. Fabulous, unique, wonderful. We've said all that.
We've said it all.
We've said it all. So on that note, don't forget to subscribe to the Fotospeed YouTube channel. Just click that subscribe button at the bottom. And also, don't forget we release a new video every Thursday here on the Fotospeed YouTube channel. So click also the notification so you can kind of get an update of when that video drops.
It's worth adding that if you've ever got any suggestions on videos you want us to create, just put it in the comment or drop us a line, because we're always looking for new ideas for videos to be created, aren't we?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we want you to, if you've got a problem or anything like that, just pop it in the comments. We read them all and try to reply to them all. We're a little bit slow at the minute, but I'm getting there.
Catching up.
I'm catching there too. So bear with me. But yeah, please pop any suggestions in there. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter for exclusive discounts on certain papers. And also don't forget to download the Art of Printing, the free ebook from us here at Fotospeed, covering everything from turning on your printer to framing to mounting, bookmaking, color management, different types of papers, how to use metallic papers even. So on that note, I think we'll say goodbye, and hopefully we will see some amazing prints that you've tagged us in on social media on the Photo Rag Metallic from Hahnemuehle. So until next week, I'll see you, bye.
See you next time.
Bye.